Good morning, Lucy. How are you? I hope that you are all fine. Okay, so let's start our session quickly today. Okay, the objectives will be that we are going to correct our homework, okay, page 59. And then we are going to explain two new properties of the materials, okay, and then we're going to solve some pages in your resource pack, and this is all for today. Okay, so let's start our session quickly. Okay. As we said before that we are talking about materials, okay? We said that what are the materials? Materials, they are what are things made from. So the main thing, they are made from materials. For example, the chair, it's made of wood. So the wood is a material. So the chair, it's made from which material is the wood. Okay, for example, eyeglasses, they are made of glass. So the glass is the material which the eyeglasses, they are made from. So materials, they are the things that the main thing it's made from. Okay. Also, we said that there are natural materials and man-made materials. What does mean by natural materials? Natural materials that they are found in nature, that those materials, though they come from the plants, animals, and rocks. Why? Because the plants, animals, and rocks, they are found in nature. They are natural things that they are found in nature, that they are created by God. So the natural materials, they are coming from nature, they are coming from natural resources like the plants, the animals, and the rocks. Okay? Also, there is man-made material. What does mean by man-made material? This is the material which the man has entered in making them, that the man has to do something to make this material. It's not found in nature. I will not be able to bring it from natural resource. No, the man entered in making them. Okay, so those are the natural materials and the man-made ones. Okay, also there is something called a property. A property means it's how the material looks and feels. How the material looks and feels is a property, and we said that there are 10 properties, okay, 10 different properties of the materials, and we are gonna take them all. We finished the first 7, okay, we are going to revise them as usual each session, okay, and then today we're going to start 8 and 9, and then it will be 10 is the remaining one. It will be the last session in your curriculum. Okay. Okay, the first property is shiny and dull. What does mean by this? Shiny means this is the material, or this is a material that reflects a lot of light, that you will find a clustering, you will find a shining in it, okay? And the dull material, which is the material that reflects less light, okay? As for example, there is a shiny golden coin and there is a dull wooden table, for example. Why? Because the gold coin, it is reflecting a lot of light, so it's shiny, and the wooden table, for example, or the wooden chair, it's not reflecting a lot of light, so it will be dull. Okay, this is the first property. The second property is rough and smooth. What does mean by this property? Rough means it's a material that has uneven surface. Means that when you put your hands on this surface, you will find that your hands are going up and down. It's having uneven surface. It's not smooth. Your hands, they are not slipping. No, you will find your hands going up and down, up and down. Okay? Of course, not up and down. It's very high up and very low down. No, you will find your hands, they are not slipping as the slippery or the smooth surfaces. Okay, so this is an uneven surface, means that it is a rough material. What about the smooth material? It's the material that has even surface, that when you put your hands on it, your hands will be slipping or they will be sliding. Okay, so this is mean that it has even surface, that it doesn't have ups and downs. So we finished shiny and dull, rough and smooth. The third property is hard and soft. Hard means that this is the material which is difficult to scratch it. If you want to scratch it, you will find it difficult to scratch this material. And I told you to make it easier for you, hard has D and difficult to scratch has D. Okay? Then comes the opposite of it is the soft material, which is easy to scratch. So soft has S, as easy has S to scratch. So hard and soft, they are opposite to each other. And this is the third property. Hard is difficult to scratch and the soft is easy to scratch. Then comes to the fourth property is the strong and weak. Okay, what does mean by strong material? Strong material means that it is difficult to break it. You will not be able, if you left it, for example, you will not be able to break it easily. If you left it, you will not find that it is broken. No, you will find that it's difficult to be broken. And weak is the opposite of it, that it's the material that it is easy to be broken. If you left it from your hands, for example, it will be broken. If you hit it with anything, so it will be easily broken. So strong and weak, they are opposite to each other. Strong means difficult to be broken or to break it, and weak, it's easy to break it. So again, we finished shiny and dull, we finished rough and smooth, we finished soft and hard, we finished strong and weak. Then comes the fifth property, which is the waterproof. What does mean by waterproof material? It's the material that doesn't let water to pass through it. Okay, so it's keeping the water either outside or either inside. For example, this umbrella, it will be keeping the water outside from the one who is standing under it. So it's not letting the water pass through it. So it's a waterproof material. What about, for example, this plastic bottle? It's keeping the water inside, so it is having the water inside, so it's not letting the water pass through it from inside to outside. So this means that it is waterproof material, that it's not letting the water pass through it. It is protecting the water. Okay, for example, this plastic bottle, it's protecting the water inside. This umbrella, it's protecting the one who is standing under it from the rain, for example, so it's not letting the water pass through it. Okay, and the opposite of it is absorbent. What does mean by absorbent? Absorbent means it's a material that it lets the water pass through it, or it takes up the water. For example, this sponge, if you want to clean the kitchen tools or utensils, what are you gonna do? You will put the sponge in the water and in the soap, and then you will clean the utensils, for example. Okay, so it's absorbing, it's taking the water inside, it's letting the water pass through it. Otherwise, you will not be able to clean the utensils. Okay. Also, the wool jumper, for example, it's taking the water inside. If you are wearing wool jumper in a rainy day, you will not be protected from the rain, or you will not be protected from the water. Why? Because it's absorbing, it's taking the water inside, so you are not going to be protected. Okay. Okay, the sixth property is the transparent, translucent, and opaque. What does mean by this? Transparent, it's the material that it is letting light to pass through it. You can see through them. For example, the eyeglasses. This means that if you are putting the eyeglasses in front of the light, you will see that the light, all of the light is passing through them. That's why the ones who are wearing eyeglasses, they can see all of the things. Okay, so they can see the chair with its definite shape. They can see, for example, an eraser. They can see a table. They can see everything. Why? Because it's made from transparent material that it is letting all the light to pass through it. That's why you can see through them. I will say the opposite of it is the opaque. Opaque is the opposite totally from the transparent. What does mean by opaque material? It's the material that doesn't let at all the light to pass through them. So you can't see anything through them. For example, this door. If you are playing hide and seek with your friend, for example, if someone is standing behind the door, can you see him? No. Why? Because the door is made of an opaque material that it is not letting the light to pass through it. That's why you can't see everything. And from year 2, you took that light helps us to see things. So without the light passing through this wooden door, you will not be able to see anything. That's why it's called an opaque material. Okay. What about something in the middle? Is called translucent material. What does it mean by this? So this is in the middle between the transparent and the opaque. Translucent material means that is a material that's letting some light to pass through them. Not all of the light and not no light. It's letting some light to pass through them. That's why you will see through them but not clearly. For example, if I'm putting a curtain, okay, can you tell me what is behind this curtain? Definitely no. You will be able to see that there is something, for example, behind the curtain, okay, the net curtain. You will tell me, oh, I can see something behind this curtain. What it is exactly? Maybe it's a bird, maybe it's a wooden thing. You will not be able to decide what it is behind the net curtain. Why? Because it's made of translucent material that it is letting some light to pass through them. You can see clearly through them. So transparent, opaque, they are opposite to each other, and something in the middle which is called translucent. Okay? So we finished again, shiny and dull. We finished rough and smooth, soft and hard, strong and weak, waterproof and absorbent, transparent, translucent, and opaque. The seventh property we have taken the last session is flexible and rigid. What does mean by this? Flexible means it's a material that it's easily to be bent. You can bend it easily. You will see that it is going with you in all the directions. So it's flexible. You can easily bend it. The opposite of it is rigid or stiff. It's a material which is difficult to be bent. And I told you, take care that maybe something can have the two things depending according to the material. For example, there can be a rubber ruler. It is flexible, you can easily bend it, and there is a metal ruler or plastic ruler. It's difficult to be bent. The rubber one will be flexible and the plastic or the metal one will be rigid. So take care that the thing can have both properties according to the material it's made from. Okay, this was your homework. Okay, you were supposed to write under each object what it is made from, either wood, wool, cotton, and leather. Okay, we'll revise it together and then enter in our session today. Chopping board, it's made of wood. The belt will be made of leather. The scarf will be made of wool. Trousers, cotton. Shirt, cotton also. The chair, it will be made of wood. The handbag, it will be made of leather. The hat, it will be made of wool. Shoes, it will be leather, yes. The door, wood. The saddle, leather, yes. And the hammer, yes. This part, it's made of wood, and we said that this part, it's made of metal, but you don't have metal here. Okay. Today's session, it's about the other two properties. The first property today, and the 8th property according to the 10 properties which we are taking it. The 8th property is called elastic and inelastic. Okay, they are opposite to each other. What does it mean by elastic? Elastic material means that it is a material that can be stretched. You can stretch it in all directions. Do you know how you can stretch a thing? So this is called an elastic material. So elastic material, it means that it's a material that can be stretched. Of course, the opposite of it is the inelastic. It means that it can't be stretched. And we are going to take the examples now. This chewing gum, can you stretch it? Course, yes, you can make it in your mouth and then go in this way and you chew it in the other way and you're making a bubble with it, so you can stretch it. So is it elastic or inelastic? Elastic. Okay, what about the balloons? Elastic or inelastic? Elastic. Why? Because, for example, the balloon in the beginning, it was a small one, and then you blow it, and it became bigger, so it is stretching up. So it is elastic material. What about this metal key? Can you stretch it? No, this is its shape. You can't stretch it, so it is inelastic. What about the spring? Of course, from its shape, you can stretch it, and then you can bend it, and you can do anything in it. You can do shapes from it, so it is elastic. What about this plastic cup? Can you stretch it? No, so it is inelastic. Okay, this bag. We put it in our hands if someone has his hands broken, for example, or his hands are hurting. So is it elastic or inelastic? Elastic, yes. This, okay. What about this? The hair bands, yes, it will be elastic. You can stretch it. Okay. What about this nail? Can you stretch it? Of course no. So it is inelastic. Yes. Okay. So again, elastic and inelastic. Elastic means that it is a material that it can be stretched with you. Okay, for example, like those bands. And inelastic means that it is a material which can't be stretched with you. It has a definite shape and it's not going with you in many ways. Okay, or any directions. Okay, so we finished elastic and inelastic. The ninth property, which we are continuing our properties, and the second property today is the magnetic and non-magnetic. Of course, we have taken this property. Okay, so I will not explain a lot because we explained it before, and we are going to solve about it. What does mean by magnetic? Magnetic, those are the materials that they are attracted to the magnet. If you bring a magnet beside them, you will find that this material, it is attracted to this magnet. Like what? Like the nickel, the iron, cobalt, and steel. Those are the materials that they are attracted to the magnet. And non-magnetic materials, that those are the materials that they are not attracted to the magnet. Any other materials other than those, the nickel, iron, cobalt, and steel, they are non-magnetic. They will not be attracted to the magnet. If you bring a magnet beside them, you will find that the magnet is not attracting them. You will find them away from each other. They will not be stuck to each other. Okay, here comes our example. Okay, this paper clip, it will be made of steel, of course, so it will be magnetic. Okay, cap, of course, no, non-magnetic. Pencil, non-magnetic, it's made of wood. What about these earrings? Non-magnetic, it's made of silver, and the silver is non-magnetic. What about this? Yes, it will be magnetic. This part, it will be magnetic because it's made of the metal, which is steel or iron, okay? And this part, it's rubber, for example, or plastic, so it will be non-magnetic. But the main thing which we are working with is magnetic. And if you want to tell me this part is non-magnetic, of course it's correct. Okay, what about those marbles? Non-magnetic, of course, they are made of glass. Okay, so we finished today elastic and inelastic, and magnetic and non-magnetic materials. Okay, today we are going to solve some pages in your resource pack. I'm sorry, also the answers came up. Okay, we're going to solve some pages and then this all for today. Okay, page 52. He's saying to you in this question which items are stretchy and which ones they are not, but we're going to take only the stretchy ones. Okay, the spring, it will be stretchy. Yes, stretchy means elastic. Okay, this drum, is it stretchy? No, inelastic. The book, not stretchy, inelastic. This key, not stretchy, inelastic. Okay, this lamp, not stretchy, inelastic. What about this rubber? Yes, this is it. We're used to play with it. Stretchy, of course, so it is elastic. Rubber bands, stretchy and elastic. The hammer, inelastic, so it's not stretchy. The flashlight, not stretchy, inelastic. What about the laptop? Also non-stretchy, so it's inelastic. What about the chewing gum? And we solved it before. Stretchy, so it will be elastic. And the final things, it's the thing which we play in the gym with. It is stretchy. It is elastic. Okay. Okay, here is page 53 also in your resource pack. Okay, he's saying to you, Anika wanted to find out how elastic bands stretched. She tied 3 plastic cups. Can you see the cups? She brought 3 plastic cups and she tied them to the elastic bands. And this is an elastic band. Okay, and those are the 3 cups. She brought the 3 cups and then she put them on a stretching band or an elastic band. and then she hung the pots from the rail. Can you see? Then she put 3 glass marbles into the first pot. The first pot she brought it, okay, I will say from the beginning. She brought 3 pots or 3 cups, for example. And then she tied them with a stretchy band or an elastic band. In the first cup, she put 3 marbles. In the second cup, she put 4 marbles. In the last cup or in the third one, she put 5 marbles. Okay? She's saying to you what happens to each elastic band as more marbles are put in the pot below. What happens to this elastic band? It was stretched more, right? He's saying to you in number 2, draw a 4th pot, and this pot must show that what happens if you put 6 marbles into the pot. I added to you that it will be stretched more. Why? Because if you put 6 marbles in the 6 marbles in the 4th pot, again 6 marbles in the 4th pot, it will be stretched more, so it will be going down more because it's elastic band. Okay, so again from the beginning, what does mean by this question? Anika brought 3 pots, okay, and then she tied them with an elastic band. In the first cup, she brought and put 3 marbles. The second cup, she put 4 marbles. The third cup, she put 5 marbles. He's saying to you what is happening here. What can you see? That as you put more marbles, the band, it is stretched more. He's saying to you, if you are going to, or Anika wanted to bring a 4th cup, and in this 4th cup, she will put 6 marbles. So what happens? It will be stretched more, okay? Because as you are adding more marbles, the elastic band, it is stretched more, okay? Okay, page 54. Here is in this question, he's saying to you that you are having a magnet, the North Pole and the South Pole, as we have taken before. He's saying to you, if you are going to put the poles beside each other, are they gonna repel or attract? Okay, as I'm going to let you remember, repel means that they are not attracted to each other, they are not stuck to each other. Attracted means that they are stuck to each other and they are attracted to each other. And we said before that like poles repel and unlike poles attract. So here is the north beside the north. Repel or attract? Repel. Why? Because they are like each other. They will not be attracted to each other. Okay. The second one, south and south. Also they will repel. They are like each other. They will not be attracted to each other. The last one, north and south. They will attract because they are unalike. Okay? Okay. Sorry also for the answers to come up. Okay, page 55, and here is the last page. Okay. Okay, he's saying to you, put a tick beside in the column beside each object that it is magnetic or non-magnetic. Okay, the nickel pen, it will be magnetic because it's made of nickel. The eraser, it will be non-magnetic. Okay, the aluminum can, non-magnetic. The aluminum is non-magnetic material. It's not attracted to the magnet. Steel scissors, it is magnetic because it's made of steel. Pencil, non-magnetic because it is made of wood. The brass screwdriver, this screwdriver, it will be magnetic, and I said this part because it's made of iron or steel, and this part will be non-magnetic because it's made of plastic or rubber. Okay, the last one, silver coin, it will be non-magnetic because the silver, it is non-magnetic. Okay, thank you so much, year 3. If you're having any questions, just send it to me in your Google Classroom and I will answer you. Okay, thank you so much, and I hope that you will be having a nice